What if I told you it's actually pretty easy to get ahead of 99% of entrepreneurs? And no, you don't need a decade, you don't need years of work. In fact, this can take just a few weeks if you truly put your heart into it. Trust me, because I've done it myself. I'm Ben, I'm 22, I have no degree, no formal job experience, and yet in the last year, I've built my business to bringing in about 10 to 12K a month consistently, and I can work from anywhere. It's honestly so weirdly simple that I wish someone had told me this sooner, and that's what I'm here to do for you. A while back, I read a study which said that 95% of businesses, including online businesses, fail in the first 5 years. So that got me thinking, what actually makes a business fail? Because I've been in the online business space for about 5, 6 years at this point. I've tried Instagram theme pages, I've tried YouTube, I've tried dropshipping, Amazon FBA, print on demand, basically everything that you've seen some guru recommend. I was that dumb, naive kid who actually went ahead and tried it. And after 5 years, I still saw basically zero results. It's not time in the market because some people, you've probably seen it, have been able to go from zero to like 50, 100K months within just a couple of months. And it's not skill either because there's some random 16-year-olds, no offense to the 16-year-olds, who build a business on the side even though they're still in school. I've built my online business in the last year. In fact, 14 months ago, I still hadn't made any money online yet. And I found out that building a successful online business comes down to just two things. One, having a monetizable skill, and two, having a way to acquire clients. I've touched on one in a more recent video. I'll just link it at the end of this video, so go watch it afterwards. But in this video, I want to talk more about two, how to acquire clients, because I've seen so many people who are good at what they do, who have spent years studying and could genuinely help people, but because no one knows who they are and they don't know how to get their name out there, the talent is almost wasted in a sense. So this works no matter what skill you've got, as long as you are learning some sort of monetizable skill, which will eventually land you customers or clients. So when I was getting into the personal branding space a couple years ago, I would always see gurus and YouTubers trying to say, hey, my business model works better than everyone else's. And normally they were trying to pitch you some sort of course. So I dug a little harder to find out, okay, what do all of these guys have in common? And eventually I found it. It's the one method which people like Iman Gaji, Alex Hormozy, even Andrew Tate use in order to blow up, no matter what business model they have. Like they all have different business models and it still works for them. It's the method that, hey, even Trump used to win the 2024 election. And it's the method that 17, 16, 15-year-olds are using to become multimillionaires seemingly overnight. But in order to understand what this one mystical, magical thing is, I know I'm hyping it up for you at this point, you need to understand that value does not equal perceived value. You could be world-class at whatever skill you're learning or world-class at anything, but that doesn't mean that people will know you for that. Building value and showing people that you're actually good at providing value, these are two completely separate skills. Problem is, most people only focus on the value part, which, yes, of course, it is important, which is why I've dedicated like a bunch of videos on my channel to this. But today, I want to speak of the less spoken on and therefore rarer part of client acquisition online. Because the last thing you want to do is end up like Van Gogh, who only got famous after he died. You don't want your head to hit the grave and then people go, hey, you know what? Starry Night actually looks kind of cool, You want to succeed now, which is perfectly within your right, which is what we're all here to do. Therefore, we need to show people that we're good at what we do now. And the best way to do that is a personal brand. But let me first clarify what a personal brand is not, because you see many different people talking about personal branding, and my definition of it might not be the same as them. It's not about flexing Lambos or Rolexes or renting out big mansions for a day just to take like 50,000 Instagram photos and post them for the rest of the year. Instead, see personal branding kind of like a Minecraft world, you see. When you play Minecraft, you start a new world, everything is empty, but over time, as you find out more about the world, you build bases, you build small little buildings all around, you build farms, you build things which just make the world a lot more impressive. Soon people just get attracted to the world. More and more people will look at this and think, oh my gosh, this is actually really cool. And after a while, what you have is a Minecraft world that represents you and is also really impressive because you have a ton of bases and cool buildings and all this stuff around it. And a personal brand is the same way. It's how you show people who you are and how impressive your skill is while you're still learning and growing at the skill. You see, no matter what all these big creators and influencers say, attention isn't the new economy. Because I'm sure you can think of so many people just like that have hundreds of thousands of people looking at them and their life and their stuff every single day, but they're not known for anything good, So clearly attention, like rage bait, drama, Twitter beef, this isn't the new economy. I would say we're entering into more of a trust economy where people buy from those who they believe in the most, who they look at and resonate with the most, that they trust the most. And the best way to do that is a personal brand, because a personal brand helps you build up those 1,000 true fans. And once you have 1,000 people who like you for you and your skill and are willing to buy from you to help them improve their lives, you pretty much can do anything. You have infinite leverage. And then the question is, how do you actually build a personal brand? So Iman Gaji recently ran like a 5-day long event on how to do this. I'm going to condense it down into about 3 minutes or however long is left on this video. I've built my personal brand to about 5,700 followers. If you're interested, you can follow me on X over here. And every month consistently, I make an average of $1 to $2 per follower. It doesn't require hundreds of thousands of followers. It doesn't require years of building up. It just requires you to know how to build it the right way. And it all comes down to these two rules. One would be simply to just help people. Because at the end of the day, money is built by providing value. And you need to show people that you can provide value. So just help them out, give them tips, give them tricks that you've learned, give them strategies, give them systems, everything that helps you on your way to mastering whatever skill you're learning. Secondly, would be to just be honest and track your progress. You don't need to be the best in the world at your skill. If not, then there'll only be like one successful person every single niche. You see, people buy from those 1 or 2 steps ahead. They don't buy from superstars. An example of this would be going to the gym. If you want to learn how to lift weights the right way, would you rather have a personal trainer who was where you were 1 or 2 years ago? Or would you rather have one of those really jacked professional muscular bodybuilders? Chances are you'd likely pick the first, because the muscular bodybuilders are on a completely different league. They probably forgot what it's like to be a beginner, what it feels like, what exercises to do, and training with them will likely mess you up. And also on this note, just feel free to be authentic, feel free to be real, share who you are, what you like, things you enjoy. Like on my personal brand, it's become a bit of an inside community joke where I just post my cat a lot. And that's just me, because it's meant to be a personal brand. Make it personal. Share who you are, share things you like. And what this does over time is attract an audience of people who actually care about you and see how you can help them. And before you know it, when it comes to you versus all these other big gurus 1,000 steps ahead, you're the one on their list because they've built trust with you. They see that you can help them. They see that you've been where they're at, and therefore they're more willing to give you their trust, their cash. So that's how to acquire clients. Once again, there are 2 steps to this: learning a monetizable skill and learning to acquire clients. This video, we touched on client acquisition. If you want to know how to learn a monetizable skill from zero to the point you can charge thousands in just 100 hours, click this video over here and I'll show you exactly how. Cool. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.